Okay, everybody, it's me, Gregory Mannarino. Maybe a little more calm than it was yesterday. I literally, from time to time, have these little meltdowns. Yesterday just happened to be one of those times, and I understand that a lot of you can relate to that. This is out of control, and we do have some stuff to put into perspective this morning that's just as out of control. Anyway, so Tuesday, October 25th, 2022, pre-market report. So here's the setup this morning. Let's just look over at the market real quick. Stock futures are lower. Okay, big freaking deal, right? I explained that, look, I would not be surprised. Yesterday, we spoke about this. This market has had 2 days of a significant run higher. Okay. Are we seeing some kind of stabilization in the debt market? I think that's arguable. I really don't see that yet. The issue with the relative dollar strength doesn't seem to be letting up. Now, this morning, we got a 10-year yield slightly lower, 4.16, and that is a correct number. Not like yesterday when I, got a little dyslexic and mixed them up here. Down from yesterday's close, and the relative strength of the dollar is just about flat. And again, like I said, stock futures are lower. Okay, after two significant run-ups in this market, especially Friday, which, took off like crazy after Nick the Pig and Mary Dolly, and then yesterday we had a follow-through. Okay, lovely, beautiful, just fine. Okay, is it over? We'll see. A lot of you writing to me, do I believe this is a bottom? I don't care what the market does, all right? I'm looking over at the debt market. You all know that. In order to determine if this market is bottoming out or attempting to bottom out, or we have further to go, we have to watch the driver. I don't know how many times I've said this, and it's the global debt market here. Okay, if, a few things could happen. Let's say, for example, today, okay, we're getting a whole bunch of earnings that are supposed to, rear their ugly heads here. It doesn't matter. All these companies, they guide lower anyway. You know that. It's a game that they play. 99 times out of 100, these companies, just to make themselves look good when they're talking about forward guidance, they guide lower. So if they beat their estimates, everybody's happy. Oh yes, especially the CEOs and the bigwigs over there, because their bonuses are based on earnings per share. I mean, come on, man, this is just a twisted dog shit game. You all know that. Anyway, look. You and I are going to stay very focused on the driver of this market, and that's going to tell us where this market's going. So for those of you writing to me and asking me if this is the bottom, look, first of all, I'm not in that business, all right? I'm not in the business of picking tops or bottoms in the market. Anyone who does that's invariably going to lose. But we have a big clue here. Looking at the drivers of this market, the 10-year yield, the global debt market, relative strength of the dollar, the MMRI, Mannarino Market Risk Indicator, again, free to everyone on the planet, link in the description of this video. So, and then the jawboning, the nonsense, who are they going to float out? Look, they do this. This is a game that they always play. You know that. The Federal Reserve, they're masters at it. Masters at this game. When things go awry, they float out people like Nick the Pig or Mary Dolly or whoever they're going to float out here to try to talk the market back up. And then they set up the debate between Fed presidents when they want to keep you really all screwed up in the head. This Fed president says this. This Fed president says something polar opposite. They're masters of manipulation on an incredible scale. And I mean in a freaking incredible scale. You all know that. So, with that said, sure, stock futures lower today. If we give back what we just put on, and we watch that 10-year yield reverse and the dollar gets stronger, then we know we're nowhere near a bottom, which I don't even think about anyway. Really, I don't. My focus is on the macro, the bigger picture. It always is, okay? I try to look at what's happening here globally. Okay, we have seen massive instability here in the debt market. Now, we heard from Janet Yellen again, just this morning here. Now, she's back on her U.S. Treasury debt buyback program that she floated out to the Wall Street banks. Imagine that. The head of the banks, okay, the U.S. Treasury Secretary, goes to the Wall Street banks and says, hey, do you think it's a good idea if the Treasury buys back the debt that it's issuing? I mean, come on, people, are you kidding me? Make it up. Make that up. I can't imagine a single Wall Street CEO that's going to say, oh, it's a bad idea. All they want to do is expand the debt, and you know that. This would be another mechanism to do that. Anyway, listen to this. So the Treasury needs more tools. This is Yellen. The U.S. Treasury needs another tool to absorb economic shocks? Really? So yesterday we find out that the troll over there, Yellen Stein herself, okay, is monitoring. She's closely monitoring the financial markets. I don't know about you. I was able to sleep real good last night. How about no, not at all. Okay, so she's monitoring the markets, and now she's talking about buying back the debt that they issue, and asking the Wall Street banks if this is a great idea. Are you kidding? Really? Please, someone help me, because it's just too much, honestly. Okay, so look, obviously things are not very good. We have the biggest threat right now is this debt market instability. An implosion here, or anytime soon, or anytime whenever, is going to change the financial landscape of the world in a way that people are not prepared for. I mean, and I'm talking about not prepared for at all. People believe that this twisted, upside down, and I'm going to say dog shit retarded, or retarded dog shit. Can dog shit be retarded? Maybe in an alternate universe, okay? But, and this whole thing is so freaking out of control. And it's being propelled that way by runaway central banks gone wild who are on a mission to destroy the world economy and take a whole class of people down with it. You know that. I've been screaming from rooftops about this for years. Years and years and freaking years, and it's really starting to really show itself here. Look, as I said in a recent post in my free newsletter, an article I wrote, which I read right here. I wanted all of you to have it, and I hope you have checked your email box, explaining the situation here with the global debt market. And the fact of the matter is very straightforward. This cannot be fixed. All they're going to do, central banks colluding with puppet governments, who are not really the government anyway, because central banks are the government, is going to find more ways to expand the debt in an effort to continue to have the economy free fall and tell you that everything's just fine. Look, no one knows this better than you do, and it's out there, and I mean way out there. And just expect things to get much worse. Expect the propaganda, like I said yesterday, the inflation propaganda extravaganza. It's getting better. It's getting better. Look with your own eyeballs, and you're going to see the polar opposite happening, but they're going to tell you, because that's what they always do. Like I said, the media outlets tell you what to think, where to look, how to dress, who to love, who to hate, and everything. They direct people's lives, and they know that. They keep people in some kind of brainwashed, zombified state. And bravo to you if you turn that shit off. Okay? Because all it is a mind-twisting program. That's why they're called programs. And it's called the television. You all know this. You all know this. Anyway, let us go back here to the market. So like I said, stock futures lower. If this market gives back everything we just put on, and we see a reversal here, 10-year yield higher, and the dollar strength continue, then we know that we're really in dire shape. Right now here, this effort that got put out on Friday, Nick the Pig, Mary Daly, to talk this market higher, reassuring the market that come December, there's going to be some kind of Fed pivot. So what's going to happen here is the market's going to price that in. You understand? And that may end up being a sell the news moment, but we'll see when we get closer to that. But right now, that's the story here. You got gold and silver under pressure, crude oil under pressure, cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin, the mother of them all, kind of still stuck in an extremely tight range here, people. And for those of you who have asked, I haven't been buying cryptos in a long time. I got out of it a while back, haven't bought any more. Doesn't mean I'm not going to, okay? I'm just waiting, okay? There's nothing wrong with being patient here, okay? In the meantime, we bet against the debt. You become your own central bank. I did an interview yesterday with Atlantic Underground. You should check this interview out, Atlantic Underground. I was asked some very good questions there. I explained where I believe the price of gold and silver could potentially go. And I've covered this before, but I'll just outline it here super quick for you. You look at the Dow gold ratio, the gold silver ratio, look today, based on what's happening here. And you will see why I say, and I've been saying forever, that physical silver is the most undervalued asset on the planet. Okay, now, where are these prices going to go? I believe, we don't know where the bottom is here with regard to the stock market, because what happened during the last meltdown here was the Fed jumped in at Dow 6,000. Dow 6,000 was when the Fed jumped in here with quantitative easing 1, then they followed up quantitative easing 2, they followed up with Operation Twist, and then they have never stopped buying the debt. Okay, we don't know where the bottom is. The bottom of this market with regard to the Dow could be less than 6,000, could be Dow 3,000. Okay, I believe that we're going to see, once this whole thing gets going, debt market meltdown, pressure on the stock markets of the world like you cannot possibly believe. And as you know, cash doesn't grow money wings and fly away. It's going to go into commodities. So we're looking at whatever the Dow Jones Industrial Average settles at, okay? I believe gold is going to be twice the Dow. Twice the Dow. Let's just say we end up at Dow 4,000. So we're looking at gold 8,000. Now the ratio silver to gold is going to normalize 15 to 1-ish, something along those lines. So you could just figure out, okay, with a little neat little math here of what I believe the price of silver is going to be. So that's your homework assignment for today. All right. Anyway, people, look, you know what's going on. No one's got a better handle on this than you do, and you're so far ahead of the curve. It's just frankly staggering in my book, and I fully intend to keep every single one of you here. All right. I will never let you down. I will never lie to you. I will tell you exactly what's happening, and some people can't handle it, as you well know. I do tend to offend people from time to time, and look, I don't go out of my way to do it, but that's just the way it is, and I'm not going to change who I am or how I present this because some people get offended here, and if they want to stick around, that's great. More than likely they'll get offended again, because I will not change. This is who I am. This is how I run this little show here, my blog, and that's it. But I think most of you understand, look, my style may be unorthodox and it may not please everyone, but I'm trying hard. We are, you and me, all right? This is our thing. It's our freaking thing. This is my thing. We're getting it out there. We're making noise. We're making noise and we're rattling some cages. I can promise you that. I don't think it's any coincidence that as we were speaking about this issue in the debt market before anybody else, the mainstream started to cover that. Really? Coincidence? I don't think so. I don't believe in these kind of coincidences. I really don't. In order for the mainstream media to talk about it, something that they don't want people to know, some other force has to be acting against it. And that might be you and I, honestly, because we are working diligently to raise awareness. You understand? I think you do. All right, look, I'm out of here. You know what to keep your eyes on today. MMRI, absolutely. Frida, you and everybody, link in the description of this video. Yesterday, we were breath under 300 again after Nick the Pig and Mary Daly brought it down here. We are seeing the 10-year yield drop here a little bit. And the dollar being flat, who knows? Let's see what happens. I don't know about you, but I'm just tickled to death, as I've been saying recently, to see how it plays out. All right, look, love you a lot. Comment, please share the video, and I will see you at the end of the day.